Emirates has revised its forecast for the delivery of the first Boeing 777X following years of very public frustration. Speaking at the ongoing IATA General Meeting, President Sir Tim Clark stated that Boeing had actually been making very steady progress on certifying the upcoming 777X, as well as continuing to rebuild supply chains and production practices. Emirates would not be the only airline seeing something very similar. United Airlines has said the same, Alaska Airlines to just name a few. Driven by these adjustments, the expectation is that first delivery of the 777X could now occur between the second half of 2026 and the first quarter of 2027. Ultimately, this revised timeline by Clark represents a major shift from the expectations laid out publicly just a few months ago, when it was confirmed that the 777X may not fly until late 2027 or 2028 at the earliest. The first part could still be considered true once you factor in crew training, but based on their now revised forecasting, you're expecting it to take place a lot earlier. Despite the latest revision, Emirates is still weighing the option of caution, given the numerous instances where timelines have been put forward but simply not met. As a result, it remains pretty essential for the carrier to strike a balance between optimism and also caution. Emirates has largely championed the public frustration surrounding continued delivery delays for the 777X and the blame that has been placed on the supply chain. Emirates long feeling that excuses such as the COVID pandemic simply now as we hit the midway point of the decade. In fact, Emirates, well, they're tired of having to deal with this. The positive feedback from Emirates, which marks a first in many years, follows Boeing making a necessary change to its 777X. Aviation Week reported at the end of May that the 777X program had formally received the necessary fix to address a crucial issue. The program was impacted in 2024 when test aircraft were parked during the certification process due to cracks being identified in the thrust links, which were sufficient to bring the program to a temporary standstill. These thrust links are crucial for transferring thrust from the engines to the structure of the plane. Boeing knew it needed to resume test flights and eventually found a way. However, after conducting extensive research, Boeing did go on to confirm that it had implemented the necessary changes across the program and would continue to monitor the situation until the first delivery occurs, a very much positive step in the right direction. As for Emirates' own frustrations, well, it's been very well documented, not just on a media landscape, but even if you're just looking at my channel here. Remember, it was only in February that reputable reporting emerged that a delivery delay to the first 777X was all but guaranteed. Emirates has just over 200 of the 777X jets on order, so therefore this is a new long-haul plane that will be crucial to its long-term fleet. However, despite this, its relationship with the program has been rather love-hate. The Dubai-based carrier has continued to be outspoken about the program's struggles and its substantial impact, and delays have necessitated adjustments to retirements, routes, and growth plans at the Dubai-based company. Ultimately, despite all of these frustrations, Emirates went on to place additional orders for the 777X. Analysts argue that the airline used its frustrations to obtain a better contract for what at the end of the day remains a very good aircraft, despite the many issues that have plagued it. Once it is fit to fly and operational, for an airline like Emirates, it's going to give them everything they desire. So they don't really want to go elsewhere. They want to stick with the 777X. Can they leverage those delays to benefit them, say, come the 2030s, when you'd hope this aircraft is flying absolutely perfectly with airlines right around the world? Keen to hear your take on Emirates' massive forecast revision. Now, actually, for the first time in a while, we have some positive and exciting news about the delivery of the first 777X to Emirates. It's felt like forever, but maybe we are finally making progress, and I hope that is not some famous last words on my part, as I have probably been known to jinx certain things before. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you tomorrow for your next industry recap.
And we'll fly.